Hi everyone, it's Joy here in the Denver, Colorado area. And if you heard my intro earlier today, you know that my lovely husband tested positive for COVID this morning. I'm starting to have a few symptoms. It's not too bad so far. My biggest complaint is a sore throat. So I am carrying on, and we will just move on with my demonstration. I'm so happy you're here. I am going to be showing you the Willow Tree bundle. It has these great stamps, and then it has a great set of dies that goes with it. When I saw this in the new catalog, I knew I just had to have it. So I'm also going to be using the layering circles dies, and like Maureen said, this is a staple that everyone really needs to have in their stash of crafting items. So this is my project, and as you can see, I am using this lovely designer series paper. I hope you can see the shimmer of this. It comes in 6x6 size. This is a free item with a qualifying order during Sale-A-Bration in the months of July and August. I just love all this pretty shimmer. It does not have anything on the back, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I can't decide which side to use. So this is just very lovely paper. It kind of has a whimsical feel, but depending on the colors you use with it, you can have a kind of more elegant look with it. And just like Julia Quinn, I chose to use the purples. I used Blackberry Bliss and Rich Razzleberry. So let's pull in our supplies and get started. So, all right, I think I can hopefully see your comments as they come up. I don't see a comment yet, but this is my first layer here. If you do standard layers, this is actually what would be a second layer instead of a first layer, because there is a larger gap between your card base and the first layer. So to save paper, I've gone ahead and die cut my scallop circle out of this, and let's go ahead and fold this card base in. Hi Shirley, and let's see, let's go ahead, let me grab a bone folder. I can make a nice crisp crease and use this layer. On my sample, I popped up lots and lots of layers, but I think it's got so much dimension it would be really hard to put in the mail. So I'm going to skip the dimensionals on this layer and go ahead and just attach it with some Stampin' Seal. So just making sure that I have even borders all the way around. There we have that. And let's see, I'm going to bring in this Rich Razzleberry. Let's set that aside for a minute. Bring in my Rich Razzleberry piece. So let's see. I'll have to give you my dimensions later. For some reason, my piece of paper that I had all my dimensions written down on did not make it onto my filming area. So sorry about that. Now I have cut some pieces of the designer series paper, and I did turn the silver stripe, I turned it horizontally, and the gold I turned vertically. And I cut these at, let's see, 2 7/8 length this way, and 7/8 inch this way, but it is, for metric, you'll need 2.25 centimeters. And the 2-5, you know, the 5 on that 2 is important or it won't fit the way I've got it. With your 9 centimeter wide piece this way, which is 3.5 inches this way. So the I'm going to go ahead and put these on. I've made these to fit. I've measured them accordingly. And this is going to go on directly on here, matching the edges. And then I'm going to put these in order. I loved this designer series paper so much that I really wanted to use all of the patterns on this card. So just butting that right up against the next one without overlapping. And our final piece. So we have gold, silver, and then dots and stripes. Oh, put this one this way, I think. Go ahead and match this. Okay, there we have it. So there is that layer. And I'm going to go ahead and put some of the gold shimmer ribbon. It is a very pretty satiny ribbon, and it goes great with this designer series paper. So this is going to go up here onto my layer, like so, right at the top of that designer series paper. I'm going to attach that. Whoops! It just slipped right out. Well, that's okay. We can still put it back on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Don't get too carried away there. So I see we have a couple of people on here. Hi, Shirley and Francis and Angie. Thank you for your comments. So we have this piece, and we're not going to put that bow on yet, but we can go ahead and attach this. Attach that on right like that. Now again, setting this aside, and we can start working on the stamping part of this feature. That's my focal feature. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat and move that over just a little further, I think. And let's see, and some, grid paper. And let's see. Here is a circle that I've already die cut out of the Whisper White. My base was the Whisper White Thick because that is a much nicer white to use for a card base. And we have our circle and my the trunk and branches of my tree. And I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss. Get that inked up. I often like to bring my pad to the stamp and ink it up that way. And then go ahead, I'm going to move that over, down a little, so I can line it up about right here. And just kind of hold that on there for a couple minutes. Let the ink kind of absorb, but don't press too hard. And I got a hair in there, but I will be covering that up, and so I'm not going to worry about that. And then let's see. Oh, I went ahead and stamped some pieces and die cut them. Here's a piece right here out of the let's see, the Rich Razzleberry, and I'm using this stamp here. Now I don't want it as dark, and so I will stamp off first and then stamp it on this piece. So that's just a little lighter, and I also found that when I stamped it off first, I got some of the little details. There's like some little there's like a lined pattern on this stamp on the leaves. It's kind of cool, but if you have too much ink on it, it doesn't really come out and show that detail. So now I have 3 of those already cut out ahead of time. And we can bring those over here. Oh, I still have one more thing to do. Let's see, where is my, I need to get this ground piece out of here. I did not have that one out. So I don't have a block on me. So I am going to just try to use the back side of this block and some of the Blackberry Bliss ink. Just going to ink that up. You know, sometimes it's wonderful that there's 2 sides to our blocks. And I'm going to stamp it off once, twice, and then I'm going to stamp it on my project. There we go. Beautiful. So now we have that one ready, and we have these pieces ready to go. Let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and attach this to this. So attach my, ooh, I have ink on my fingers. I better get some of that off or it's going to wind up all over my project. I love the dark purple of the Blackberry Bliss, but it does tend to get on your fingers and kind of stain a bit. Well, let's go ahead and attach these 2 together. All right, so now I need, yep, I did get a little smuts there, but I think I'm going to be covering that up, so I'm not going to worry about that. And let's see, yes, I'll put this one on first. So I'll just put 3 dimensionals on the back here so that I don't have any saggy parts. And I want to attach that, I don't know, right about there. And then we'll do this next one. And let's see, yes, I need, okay, that's the side that's going to go down there. So I need 1 dimensional. Let me double check that again. Yes, 1 dimensional here. And I need 2 dimensionals. I need to double up on my dimensionals on the other side. Sometimes it's hard to remember what you've done after you get your sample done. Okay, so now we have this, and we're going to attach this onto it. And I told you we would be covering up those oopses. So I'm going to put that so that we've got a little white space there. And then this third one, let me double check. Yes. Okay. This third one's going to be interesting on the dimensionals. So I need one on this side. I love to stack my dimensionals if you have not noticed. And two over here. And then up here, I think we just need short pieces. So I'm just going to pull off some of these edge pieces because I need 3 of these. And just put those right up here, stacking all 3, one on top of the other. Yep, and if they're a little crooked, that's okay. Brush those aside. And now I'm going to put this one right up here. And see, we're going to cover up that little smuts right there. Probably move this over just a tad. There we go. Now, Wink of Stella does make everything kind of shimmer and shine a little bit more. And so I went ahead and put some Wink of Stella just on these leaves because this Blackberry Bliss with this wet Wink of Stella will tend to bleed just a little bit. So I'm just going over the leaves just like so. Just to kind of give it just a little extra shimmer that you probably won't be able to see on camera, but trust me, it does give it just a little bit extra. So going ahead and doing that, and then I would go ahead and do the others down there, but so that you don't have to watch me doing all of that, I'm just going to go ahead and attach this to my card with my Stampin' Seal. Trying to make sure I get this straight. Coming off of the edge on this side just a little bit. Trying to make sure I get this straight. Maybe the ground needs to be straight. I think the ground needs to be straight. And maybe down just a tad. It's hard to tell with my camera straight overhead. All right, there we have that. I think that's fairly straight. Now I've gone ahead and pre-tied my bow because I get very nervous fingers when I am on camera. Let's bring in a glue dot and just attach this like right in here. Just kind of give it a jaunty little tilt. And you'll notice I purposely did not use any sentiment stamps. The stamp set doesn't come with sentiments, and I wanted to make it to where I could turn this card into anything I wanted later on. Now, as our final touch, we need some of the, here it is, some of these champagne rhinestones. And let me just pull in a take your pick tool. I like to use the spatula end. I'm probably strange on that. Well, maybe I'll see if the putty end will work for me. Sometimes it doesn't always work. There we go. it did work. And like Shirley did earlier, I decided to just make them in this little corner here. Just as a nice little corner element. What do you know, my putty is working great right now. So, oops. Just trying to straighten that, and it went all completely off. All right. So, you don't want to have a naked envelope. So I went ahead and stamped an envelope with some of the other stamps out of the set. These little bunnies are just adorable. So I created a little scene on my envelope. And then I went ahead on the inside of my sample. You want to have something on the inside too. So I went ahead and stamped the same tree, only I stamped off a couple of times to make it lighter for the tree on the inside of the card. And then I have plenty of space to write a personalized note, or maybe add a happy birthday or thinking of you or something on the inside later on. So thank you for watching my presentation. And if you would like to get the Sale-A-Bration Silver and Gold Designer Series paper as a free item, or any of the other free items that you have seen shown for Sale-A-Bration during this Global Share Fair, please contact the demonstrator that invited you. They will be more than happy to tell you how much you need for a qualifying order and help you get that ordered, or book a party and get even more free goodies, or even sign up to be a demonstrator. So until next time, we will see you later. Bye.